Yay.
Whoa. This is so exciting. Are we live, Stacy?
We are. I'm just looking to see that everyone is getting in okay. And then, yeah,
I think we got everybody. I'm still
they're
waiting to see us in
piling
the
in.
group.
They're piling in, they're piling in, they're piling in. So I am going to make sure that we can get this live streamed. So let's do that.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, that's so cool. See, I can't see anyone. Oh, there they are. That's so weird. They're just not popping in. Look at you, y'all beautiful people. You're so pretty. Welcome to the Engagement Tsunami. We are so excited to be hosting this for you. My name is Nicole Domuret, and my beautiful business partner here is Stacy Hall. We are going to blow y'all socks off because we all want engagement, right? Can I get an amen? And if you can't give me an amen inside of chat, then give me an amen inside of Q&A. And
Mhm.
we really want to be able to serve you and focus on this. So if you are sitting at your desk, sitting at home, if you're in your car, wherever you're at, try to focus for the next hour with us because we're going to be giving you a lot of information that you're going to be able to implement immediately. So we want your full attention as we're going to be giving you our full attention. So I'm excited, Stacy. This is going to be so good. It's so good, and we enjoy this so much because whenever we put something in action and we get results, then we put it in front of other people, and when they get results, then we put it in front of you. So this is proven. And over 1,000 people have gone through this. And so we're very excited to be able to share it with you. And something really exciting, you can share this with your team, with your upline, your downline, your sideline, because we all want to be successful, right? So
And
excited. How's it going, Stacy?
I am just trying to get this connected. So far, it's
Okay.
not doing it. You know how it goes. We're going to
No
try.
worries. Let me see what we have going on. As she's still trying to get us connected, you guys know how technology works. When it works, it's amazing. When it doesn't,
Yeah.
it sucks. It's like an
Exactly.
apocalyptic event. So, hey there. Amen. Crystal. Amen. Jay. Amen. Arlie. Amen. Emma. Amen. Maria. Amen. Sister. Yes. Cindy, Sarah, all of you. So the chat will not be open because this is a webinar. Webinars don't allow chats, but that's okay because you can talk in the Q&A. And we really want, if you have questions, this is really important. If you have questions, please write them down and hold them off till the end because we will come back and answer all of your questions, or at least a few of them up to the hour because we do have the VIP. Now, if you're not in VIP, you can definitely get into VIP, drop VIP if you're not in there yet because we will be jumping into VIP at 1 p.m. Or 1:15 p.m. We're going to give you a little potty break first. And then what we're going to do is take everything you learned today and we're going to help you implement it into your business. So any of those questions that you have, we're going to be able to help you with that. VIP is a very powerful tool for you. It happens to be everybody's favorite when they get in here. They're like, oh my gosh, thank God I signed up for VIP because sometimes you can't, there's a brick wall. You're like, I heard all the things, but now how do I make it work with my business? And so we answer that for you because we want you to be able to win. And everybody has different things that they do, different things that they sell. And some things are consumable, some things are not consumable. And we want to be able to help you with that. And so I'm looking at Stacy's face. She's still trying to get into the group right now. No worries. We get it. We get it. No worries. You're so damned excited, Chad. I'm so happy to see your face, Chad. We haven't seen your face in a while, and you're an incredible human being. So happy that you're here with us. You're awesome. Chad has implemented a lot of things, courses that we've done in the past into his business that have been very, very helpful for his business. So yeah, feel free to give us a testimonial right now, Chad. You got it. So how many of you have actually gone through an engagement tsunami with us before? Say me. Let me know because I am really curious because if you have not gone through one, this is going to be such an eye opener for you. And I'm kind of stalling a little bit so Stacy can still try to get
I'm
inside.
sorry.
She
Technology is just not working.
Technology's not letting her in. It happens. But we're gonna when before we get started, I have a quick question for you. Let me see how many me's did we get? Did we get any me's? First timer here. Are we supposed to be engaging here in the Q&A? Only if you want to, Nathan. You absolutely do not have to. You could take notes and not say a word, but if you have things to say and if you'd like to engage, then feel free. Emma, I've done your TikTok, but wow, amazing. Yeah, you've done the SOS 60 or the TikTok masterclass. Oh, you guys, we have just wait because there have been some changes with TikTok and and probably, as you know, Meta, they're all like exploding, and with so many different things that you can do. And with Instagram, y'all, I don't know if any of you saw the interview that we did with John Melton yesterday, but with Instagram, people literally are taking out their wallets. It's like QVC. And it's the same thing over at, on TikTok. TikTok has TikTok Shop, and it's been like that for over a year. But now Instagram has, caught the fever. They want people to also buy. And so they're really honoring people that are selling products. Now, is that the same thing as recruiting? It's not. And we'll get into that because we want you to understand the difference. Can you recruit? You can recruit on the back end, and that's really how it should be done anyway, because you know why network marketing was created. It was created to be able to move products in the marketplace. A healthy company moves product. A not so healthy company recruits recruiters to recruit recruiters, and to recruit recruiters to recruit recruiters. And then they end up stockpiling product, and this ends up into a pyramid scheme. It has happened over and over and over. And a lot of people don't even realize what's happening. But when you have a healthy business, that means that you personally, as a leader, and you are a leader, even if you don't have any teammates yet, because you have joined to be able to help people. You have joined to be able to build a legacy business, right? So when you show up as a leader, showing them how to sell product in the marketplace and move product in the marketplace and be able to help people and have that type of engagement, then you're going to have a team that does exactly what you do. That is a healthy business. And that's what we want for you. So what we're going to be teaching you over the next 3 days are 3 different power posts. They could be in the form, get this. Oh, you're going to love this. They can be in the form of a post that you pin to your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, whatever you want to do. It could be in the form of a reel. It could be in the form of a live. It could be in the form of stories, because we sell like mad in stories. And we're going to teach you a little bit, a thing or two about stories and how to do that too. So with that said, whatever we teach you today can be turned into all of those things. We want you to have the most powerful, healthiest ecosystem possible without you feeling like you have to rack your brains and come up with different content for all those categories, when you could be working off of one idea for all of those things. And when you can take something like a live and break it down into 10 reels, you have content for a week. So if you're not doing lives and you're a little bit nervous about lives, don't worry about that. We're going to teach you what you should be doing, what you should be saying, how you should be showing up. So you have a fully packed tool belt to be able to go live. We understand it. We get in our heads too, and it's a very easy thing to do, especially if you're not doing it already. Okay. So Staci, what do you think we should do here? If you can't get into the group, we have somebody that's going to come on and work on that for us so we can move forward. Thank you for your patience. Let me go back to comments for a second.
Hopefully I'm trying to get someone to come in and help us with the tech, because it is just not playing ball today, and I want to get this show on the road, but I'm feeling really, really bad for the people in the group because I know they're waiting for us and I don't want them to miss any of the goodness.
I know.
But if Sarah's working on it, Sarah, can you just let us know in the Voxer if you are in fact working on it, and then I'll stop? Okay, cool. Because if we're both
Awesome.
on it, that's probably not a good
No
idea.
worries. But you know what? There's such gracious people in there in our Facebook group. They're total rock stars. They'll understand technology, and they'll be able to watch some of it on the replay. So it's not a big dealy. I want to read what Chad Aaron wrote. He said, "This is easily the best course of any price for this platform. We are stealing from them. It feels like it's a little wrong, but hey, they are just that generous." Thank you, Chad. You're
I
amazing. Really appreciate that.
You are the
Really
best.
appreciate that.
Okay, so I am going to start working on the other piece of the technology. You know what we've learned here today? Maybe I shouldn't be the one doing this. How about that? That could be the case. No, usually it works swimmingly, but you know how it is. It's when tech works, it's brilliant, and when it doesn't work, it's not so brilliant, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And so this is only going to take a second. We're going to jump in here because we do have some slides and we want to be able to show these to you. Feel free to screenshot any of these slides if you feel like they speak to you, because some of these are going to have action steps so you know exactly what to do. Now, don't worry if you don't want to do that. You just want to be really in the moment and really present. We have an incredible PDF that we're going to drop after this training so you can actually follow along with something that you can even print out and keep forever. So Stacy Hall,
Yeah,
welcome to the
I
engagement.
know, right? I feel like I've been missing out on all the good stuff here. That's okay. So I just want to quickly say hello to everyone and say welcome. I want to have an opportunity to do that and let you know how much we appreciate you guys being here. This is our wheelhouse. This is where we love to exist. There's nothing more exciting to Nicole and I than figuring out things that work on social media that are just like incredible little discoveries where people are so used to struggling. Am I right? Like you feel like you're always playing the algorithm. It's like, okay, well, what's the algorithm doing this month? What can I do to kind of like, punk the algorithm? You don't want to try and build a business dodging and weaving like that, kind of like I just did with the tech, right? It's very frustrating. It can be overwhelming. And it never makes you feel like you're in a position of power over your business. What we're giving you here, yes, it's power posts for sure. But the word we want to focus on is power, because what we're essentially doing is giving you power over your lead flow and your income generation. Is there anything better than that? Like Nicole and I have dialed this in so perfectly that we can recreate this anytime we want. We were talking to John Melton yesterday, and this is one of the things that we were sharing is like the real joy in being able to teach something like this is that what we are arming you with is the ability to know how to turn on the spigot to engagement and leads whenever you want. So if you're like, I need to, bring in a little extra money, I feel like I want to make a bigger difference, whatever, you're going to know exactly what to do. You're just going to go create a couple of power posts. You're going to pin those puppies up. You're going to let them do what they do. You're going to have those really productive conversations, and it's going to affect your bottom line. And here's what's really amazing about this. It's not a 90-day thing. A lot of things that you do take 30, 60, 90 days for you to see a result. If you implement these power posts, you can see a result. Am I being too bold, Nicole, when I say the same day?
Totally. No, that you're not being too bold. And the reason we're not unicorns, that's why. We don't take you something because we're like, oh, we got all these amazing results. And so this is what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna be amazing too. It doesn't work like that. We weren't amazing at creating engagement overnight. Oh, we had to keep taking it back to the drawing board over and over and over. And so all those hours of studying and failing forward, we have now turned into 1 hour for you.
Yeah, to give you
That's why you can
all the
actually
nuggets.
get results, because we know what works and what doesn't work.
Right. And so last bit, and then we'll dig right in because we have a lot to share in a short period of time. Housekeeping. If you already said this, Nicole, let me know because I wasn't paying attention to you at all. But we want to make sure that you rock up and pay attention. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be here live. If you can't be here live, and hi, if you're watching on the replay, perfectly okay. These are little like compact trainings so you can fit into your schedule. That's the whole point, right? If you're VIP, obviously, we're going to dig in a little deeper. But you need to consume the training. You need to then go into the Facebook group and make sure that you have access to the resources that go with each training, because every day we are going to drop templates, worksheets, whatever is relevant to that day's power post to really help it cement. And there will be an example of each post available in those resources for you to go through and really get that, cemented in and start to wrap it around what you do. And then take immediate action. Success loves speed. If you sit on this, then you get further and further away from the campfire, you get further and further away from the information, you get further and further away from getting the results that you're looking for. This will work for anything that you are promoting. Before I even start, I want to say that because the minute we start with a demo post, people are like, well, what if I don't have a product that you can't drink? Or I don't have a product that you can't put on your face? Or I don't have a consumable? It doesn't matter. We have to pick examples because otherwise we would be here for, a year and a half going through every conceivable possible option. But it will work for anything. It will work if you
That's what VIP's for.
exactly. Thank you, Nicole. If you want to dig into specifically what you are doing and get more guidance, that's what VIP is for. But this will work if you are in a consumable, if you sell shampoo, if you sell makeup, if you sell skincare, if you sell health and wellness, if you sell weight loss, if you sell travel, if you sell insurance, if you sell a club or a membership, a shopping experience. It does not matter. If you sell coaching, if you sell courses, if you sell anything that requires you to get customers, this strategy will work. And I had somebody reach out to me, and this is the last thing I promise. I know I'm being Windy McWinderson, but this is important. I had somebody reach out to me last night and say, Stacy, what you and Nicole do. You do a lot of posts about things that she perceived to be an easier sell than what she was selling. And I thought that's a brilliant question because, when you look at somebody who's giving you an example of how to proceed, it's really easy to immediately find the thing that makes you different from what they're doing and say, that's why it won't work for me. I get it because we're wired that way, but I want you to be really elastic in your thinking. It doesn't matter what the price point is of what you're selling. We've taught this strategy to people who sell coaching programs for multiple thousands of dollars. So if you have a product, of any kind, this is going to work. It's just you have to be sure not to have that sort of mindset around it. Like, don't be afraid of that, and just watch what it can do. Anyway, I just wanted to add that in before we get started.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. All right, so Power Post demo. All right, Nicole, let's do this. The Power Post demo basics.
Let's take it away. So the demo post is a post or short video, like we were talking about earlier, where you can share how to use a product or service that you offer. So go light on features and instead share the benefits and the benefits of those benefits. Now we're going to break this down because you're like, what's the benefit of the benefits? The benefit of the benefits is really the sweet spot. This is where people go, oh, that's me, instead of who cares, right? Focus on what your perfect person wants and does not want. This is so powerful. If you know what they don't want, and you speak it out loud, then you become their person. They finally feel like somebody gets them, hears them. They're not on their own island. And then push them towards pleasure and away from pain.
Yeah, we're going to dig into what that looks like because already you might have some questions swirling around in your brain, but we're going to make this so abundantly clear. Okay. Here are your demo post steps. So, and drop a comment, let us know if demoing or displaying how to use or take or whatever, show how your service works, whatever, if that is something that trips you up. Typically, when we're coaching, people get tripped up when they're in a service. Okay, so I get it, but just be elastic in your thinking. And as we're going through this, think to yourself, how can I do what they're saying for what I sell? Because it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep coming back to that. So number one, it's always a scroll stopping hook. Really, building influence and making money on social media is about capturing attention. If you can capture attention, you will make money no matter what. It doesn't even matter really how you do it. If you capture attention, you'll be able to make money. But if you can keep people's attention, you will make a lot of money. So the marketers who are super good at this, they know how to capture attention immediately with the hook. And then what they do next continues to capture that person and make them not able to scroll away. Human psychology is such that when we're reading a post or watching a story or watching a reel, we're looking for an opportunity to back away. You know what I mean? Like you're scrolling and something makes you stop and you start watching it. There's like this little ticker in the back of your brain that's just waiting for them to take a breath because if you're not interested, you's gone. So if you're really good at marketing and you're good at understanding how this works, you'll be able to continue to capture their attention all the way through. So this is why step number 2, after we've hooked them in, We want to agitate their problem in a relatable way. So, what does that mean? That means you know the problem that you're about to solve in your post. Okay, so this girl, she's mixing a protein shake, it looks like to me. So, what problem could she be solving with her protein shake? Right? We're going to give you examples, but this is what we're talking about. She's going to agitate that problem. So maybe it's somebody who's like over 50 and can't build muscle to save their lives, and they're, really concerned about that. She can agitate that problem by saying, do you feel like you're getting weaker and more droopy with every passing year? Right? Okay. So then after you've agitated the problem, you want to focus on the two main things that your perfect person wants as it relates to the problem you solve. So what do they want? Then you're going to counter with the two main things your perfect person doesn't want. Now, I know this doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but you're going to see this in actual examples in a moment. Because when you do this, it really helps you to magnetize that person to you, because they're going to start thinking, "Oh my gosh, how do they get me? Like, they get me. Like, it's like they're in my head." We hear this all the time, don't we, Nicole? People reach out in Messenger. It's like, did you do that post for me? Like, are you watching me? And we're like, no, we just truly understand what you're dealing with. And we know how to articulate that. So then you show the solution and how to use it simply. And so if you're in a service or another, you're going to show the solution, a visual representation of whatever it is that you do and how they can access that easily, right? Then you're going to mention the one thing. This is critical, okay? I really want you to pay attention to this. This is ninja. If you skip step 6, you lose, let me think, probably about 30 to 40% of the power. You have to mention one thing that you just wish was different about your product. I know it's hard because you all think that your product is the best thing that has ever been created and it's for everyone, right? We hear this all the time. My product's for everyone. No, it's not. Nobody's product's for everyone. Not everybody wants your product. It's newsflash. But what will foster trust more than anything is if you're honest. So if you have a product that tastes like toe jam, we want you to admit it, right? Because don't think that it's going to stop people from buying from you. It's not. Think about Buckley's, right? Tastes awful, but it works. Their whole slogan is based around the fact that it tastes terrible. So that's just an example. People will trust you more if you admit what you know to be true. Like, I think Nicole one time used an example like, she wished that the container was designed better because it, if it falls over, it leaked a bit and it kind of drives her crazy. But the product's so good that it's worth it, right? That's the kind of thing we're talking about. And then last but not least, the call to action. What can we say about calls to action, Nicole?
You're leaving money on the table if you don't have a call to action. It's that simple, because you become a volunteer on social media without a call to action, because you're giving them permission. You're doing a lot here, and I won't belabor this because we'll break this down, but you're giving them permission to reach out. You're also letting them know that you're rewarding them for staying till the end. And if you don't do it right, there's no reward and there's no money on the table.
Yeah, exactly. And this is controversial a little bit because I know that there's been a lot of training with attraction marketing where they're saying the whole point is to create curiosity and not to use a call to action, because then you kind of break the fourth wall and then people kind of see what you're doing. But consumers have changed. Now, we're not saying you need a call to action on every single post you do, but every power post you do, abso-freaking-lute.
Yeah.
Consumers have changed. They're far more educated than they've ever been. They literally come to social media to buy now. That never used to be true. Nicole and I used to train and we'd be like, guys, people don't come to social media to buy. You have to honor the platform. I don't know how many times we've said that. But now they come to social media to buy.
For sure.
and they will throw their wallets at you if you know how to do this correctly, because all they care about is that you see them, you hear them, you understand them, and you're going to help them solve the problem they have. It's the most important part. What's it all look like?
Oh, I'm so happy. We're going to break this down for you. So the hook's so important, as Stacy said earlier. And don't rack your brain trying to come up with the most clever hook. That's what you have Chat GPT for. But Chat GPT is amazing. And if you guys are in our VIP, you're going to get our Chat GPT prompt. So you teach Chat GPT to know who you are. Oh,
It's,
it's so
it's
cool.
epic.
It's so freaking cool. It is one page of things that you tell Chat GPT, and all of a sudden it's your best friend, it's your mom, it's your next door neighbor, it's your Aunt Martha, it's all these people that know you built in Chat GPT, right? And so whenever you need a script for something, whenever you have an idea, hey, give me 5 sleep hacks and make it sound like me, Chat GPT is going to make it sound exactly like you. Who wants that? Drop me in the comments. That's in your VIP if you're in there, and you'll get that. So let's talk about scroll stopping hooks. It doesn't matter how awesome you and your product or service are if no one watches. It's all for naught. Do you guys know? Drop here in the Q&A, because I gotta know if you know. How many seconds into a video do people bounce? Stop. Stop it. Don't give it away. You're not
Okay,
allowed to
I'm not
answer.
allowed to answer.
Preface everything by saying, Stacy,
I'm a
okay.
keener. I'm a super keener.
You are. Okay. I think a lot of you know because we told you. Because we're seeing all the answers. It's actually 2. Rachel, don't you wish it were 5? That'd be so cool. But
Oh my
it's 2.
God, yeah.
That's 2. And you're like, well, I can't get words from a scroll stop and hook out of my mouth in 2 seconds. No, but you can't have action. You can't have an item. You can't have something that's going to stop the scroll. Think about it. What stops your scroll? What stops your scroll? It has to be something that grabs your eyeballs, right? So while you're when you're saying that scroll stopping hook that may take you 3 or 4 seconds, action is so powerful. Attention is currency. Here's a great one. I love it. Hope you're sitting down for this one. Now, would I say it like this? I hope you're sitting down for this one.
No.
Maybe I dropped my butt in a chair. Maybe I'm like, well, I hope you're sitting down for this one, right? You have to have action. You got to have clarity. You got to have vision. You got to have confidence. You got to have that smile on your face. Look like you're happy. What do you say, Stacy? Make sure that your face,
Tell your face you're happy. Yeah.
tell your face you're happy, right? Pull people in. Pull them, like suck them. You're a black hole, but a good one, right? Why isn't anyone talking about this? I wish someone told me about this before, right? So the last one to me makes people super nosy. It's like the National Enquirer. Anybody remember the National Enquirer? I think it still exists, I think, and maybe it's under another name. I don't know. But a lot of people are like, why is the National Enquirer at the front of the grocery store? Why isn't it in the back stuffed behind like the nudie magazines? It's such crap. Well, the reason it's there is because people buy it. They don't want people to know they buy it. They side eye to make sure that their pastor's wife isn't in the aisle next to them. But it's there because they're so good at provoking curiosity with crap. Yes, it is crap, but they're so good at making you want to buy it. That's why it's at the front of the store. They sell like hotcakes. So
Yeah.
whenever you have something that makes people nosy because it's just a little bit controversial, they're gonna watch your video. They're gonna
Yeah.
watch it.
Totally. Yeah. And I actually it becomes super fun to come up with good hooks. Like this will just be what I will often do is, and again, ChatGPT, like if you have the prompts, you're set. But one of the things that I do is I will always say, what would make me so curious that I would literally put down my groceries to finish watching the video? And I try and think of like what would make me stop, because your audience is just like you.
Right.
So, so I will always say things like, never in a million years did I think I'd be sharing this with you, but here we are. People are like, what?
Oh. Oh, ugh. What's going on in her life that's falling apart that I need to know about?
Oh, you nailed it, Nicole. They're waiting for an ish show. That's what they
They
want. They want to
are.
know that your life is ridiculous, just like theirs, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. They want to know that they're not the only one screwing up.
totally, exactly. You're giving them permission to be normal. And so
Right.
like Nicole mentioned, you have the hook that's in writing, but you also want to think about those visual hooks, the movement, what you're doing in the frame, how your phone is moving. You also want to think about auditory hooks. Now, I don't want you guys doing all of this nonsense, okay? It drives people bonkers, but auditory hooks can make such a difference. Like even just something as simple as moving your coffee from one hand to the other and it clicks against something, it just makes people turn. Just think about all the different ways to capture attention is what we're getting at here. Okay. And number two, we're going to agitate that problem. Here is an example of what that looks like. I spent so much time, energy, and money looking for something that would help me sleep better. Nothing really worked. I got to the point where I thought that I was just going to have to live with not sleeping well and hope I didn't go crazy. Okay, we're agitating the problem, but it's in a subtle way. We're not like overtly trying to make them feel like crap about what they're dealing with. What we're trying to do is agitate it by showing them we understand where they're coming from. We're speaking their problem out loud to them. So they go, oh my gosh, that's me too. I totally feel like that. She gets me. And you notice the language. I'm not saying, okay, like if your corporate team, God bless them all, were promoting their sleep product, they would send you like all the features and tell you all the reasons scientifically that this actually helps the GABA and your serotonin and your dopamine levels and your chrono, blah blah blah, right? Nobody cares about that stuff. What they care about is how they feel. So it's using language that that person would use to describe their problem. It's street language, if you will. People don't speak in science. They say things like, I feel like I'm going crazy. So that's why we use very specifically kind of like pedestrian language to describe a problem the way a normal person would describe a problem. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that's so important. I love that, Staci. Okay, number 3, focus on the main thing your perfect person wants. So really focus on this because this is really, really important. You've got to micro niche your micro niche, but if you don't know who you're talking to, then it's all for naught again. So don't let that stress you out. You have to understand your perfect person is you just 2 steps behind you, not the person that was broke as a joke, not the person whose mindset was in the gutter, but the person that finally made the decision that they want change. That's who you're talking to. Okay. This is really important that you understand that. Example of demoing a product to help with sleep. We know that that perfect person wants more energy. We know that that perfect person wants to get more done. Now that language right there just makes it very understandable. It's clear to you, right? But it's very vanilla. So don't use that language. Use the language that's in the head of the person that is in the carpool lane late again, and their kid's going to be late to school for the 5th time this month because they didn't sleep last night. And how do they feel right now? Oh, I need some energy. Boy, I feel like I need to get more done. That's not what they're thinking in their head. They're thinking, I'm such a crappy mom. My poor kid probably thinks that I'm losing my mind because I'm always angry and he won't even talk to me because I'm always he's walking on eggshells because I'm always tired and I'm always biting at him and I'm always getting the call at the last second. I never thought I'd be such a crappy mom. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the language. That's the vernacular that's going on in their head. So don't be afraid to bring it out. And if you felt like that before and you found something that made you feel better, so you are getting up and you made that perfect lunch for your kid, and you don't have to be perfect, y'all. You just got to have your ish together. That's all. And you got him dressed and you actually found 2 matching socks and you got in the car 15 minutes early. Not 2 matching socks for you because your kids sell all of your socks, but 2 matching socks for your kid.
I was laughing because my kids both went through a phase where they would not wear matching socks. Like it was a thing,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
drives me bonkers. Bonkers,
Yeah.
right? So think about it because again, now when you use that language, wants more energy, it's like, do you feel like you're a useless mom? Do you feel like you can never get your ish together? Do you feel like you're late every day and now it's starting to affect everyone around you, especially you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Is your boss giving you side eye because it's the fourth time this week you walked through 5 minutes late? Yeah.
Yeah. I was desperate for more energy because I was exhausted all day. I had a long to-do list with no get up and go to get it all done. I felt like I was constantly moving through jello and I needed naps just to get through the day. I love that. It's so good. That analogy is awesome. Like I was constantly moving through jello. Think about that. You may not say that. You may say something else, but see, this is the beauty in this. What would you say? What have you said? There's 1,000 of you, 10,000 of you, 100,000 of you, just like you, saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You need to let them know you're their person.
Yeah, you have to describe it the way you would describe your problem. Because if you are doing this correctly, then you should be speaking about things that you know about through experience. So you should know how to describe this problem because you've probably encountered it, and that's why you're talking about it. I would hope. Right? So that's something to think about. That's important. So
So
number
good.
4, you're going to counter with the 2 main things they don't want. We talked about that counterpoint and why that's important. We want them to, humans will always push away from pain faster than they will push towards pleasure. I need you to understand this. This is like marketing ninja, okay? If you point the pleasure out that you're offering someone, like I see a lot of people promoting their business and they're like, hey, you get paid this many times and we have this and we have that and it's amazing because you're going to be able to earn vacations and blah, 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 blah. They're always pointing out the pleasure, the pleasure, the pleasure, the pleasure. That's great. But if you really want someone to take action, point out the pain. Because people will always move away from the pain towards the thing you want them to have to solve that problem way faster than they're just going to take a bite out of the pleasure. It's just human psychology.
They can't put themselves in pleasure, but they can't put themselves in pain. See,
If they're there.
you can't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So here's an example of what that looks like. This person who's not sleeping, they feel like they're missing out on their life and they're tired of disappointing their families and friends. This is what they're trying to push away from. They don't want to have to take meds that make them feel groggy and are just causing new problems. They're not liking that. Somebody's telling them to take this and take that, over the counter this, over the counter that, or maybe it's prescription. Okay. So now I wouldn't say that in your post, but the point is your person might be dealing with this and they don't want it.
Yeah.
So think about what are the 2 things your person doesn't want with regard to whatever it is you're demoing. Here's an example. I felt awful always saying no to my family and avoiding social situations. I could see their disappointment, but the exhaustion was overwhelming. I even tried taking over the counter medications, but I always felt so groggy in the morning, which defeated the purpose, and it caused a whole new set of problems to deal with. Right? That's how people talk. They don't say, it caused me to feel like I was performing at 30% less efficiency. No, they're like, oh my gosh, the whole new set of problems that caused. Don't even get me started. Right? So we use the language they would use to describe that situation. I wanted to stop for a hot minute because we just laid a lot on you already and we still got a bit more. How is this sitting? Anybody having aha moments? Anything where you're like, oh my gosh, no wonder I'm not getting any engagement. Anybody like having posts of just features, they got the check marks and the stars and the more check marks and the more stars pointing out all the features of their weight loss product and what it does. Now you know why it's not working, right? Because no one cares. No one cares about the product description you got off the website. That's not relevant. It's your company's job to do that because legally they have to. Your job is to genuinely connect with a human being who needs a solution to a problem, and you have it. So you really have to kind of make that differentiation. It's super important.
Awesome. Now we're going to show them the solution. I love this part. It feels so good. It feels so good because you found a solution. And when you have something, if you have a best friend that's going to a wedding and they've been looking for the right pair of black and white pumps and you found them.
Who says pumps? Are we like in 1986, Nicole?
With the word
Does anybody
out of my
say
mouth,
pumps?
yeah, I don't know. Cyndi Lauper wore pumps. All the
Yeah.
buy.
And
Okay,
Madonna.
heels, whatever, stilettos, whatever. Okay,
Mhm.
so you walk by the perfect stilettos and you cannot wait to call your best friend because you know you're going to make her day. You should be feeling that same way about your perfect person. You should have that same type of pride and excitement about being able to share that thing with your perfect person because you know them so well. Do you guys feel that already? If not, that's okay. But see, this is where it begins. An example is then I found this and everything changed. I've been sleeping like a baby, waking up refreshed, and have more energy than I know what to do with. And then show how to use or take the product. This is a great thing to do in your stories. I hope you're all taking your products and talking about them in your stories,
Yeah.
even if
And
it's a service.
exactly. That's what I was just going to say. So if
Even if
you're,
it's service. You know how you do service, Stacy? We know how to do service. Service is testimonials. Service is testimonials. How many of you, I'm not going to get off on this, but I'm going to say this in 30 seconds or less. How many of you are going back to old posts? I don't care if they're 5 years old. If it's the same product, the human hasn't changed, right? How many of you are going back to posts, back to reels, and getting testimonials? I don't care if the person says one thing. I love the way the product made me feel the first day. I loved the packaging that the product came in. I love that I got it in 3 days. I've never gotten a product that fast. I love this. I love that. Don't ignore those testimonials. They should be up in your stories every day. I
Mhm.
know you guys have testimonials and you probably aren't thinking that people need to see that stuff. But when you have a service, it's one of the best ways for people to wrap their mind around, oh, hey, this may be for me as well.
And don't be afraid to to coax those little testimonials. Like reach
Sure.
out to your customers and say like, how's it going? Don't be scared of that. You want to help them. How's it going? What are your experience? What are you experiencing? Or what was that, weekend getaway like? Or, how's the family feeling about the new policy? Whatever. Get them to respond. And whatever they say, those things can be used in stories. You don't need to say their names if they don't want to, right? It's just about that third party validation. And by the way, it doesn't always have to be your customers. If your whole team is doing this, you can use each other's testimonials because you're all helping people together. So it's totally, you should be helping each other out that way. But also think about visually, if you're in a service or something that's not consumable, how to represent something that will get people's attention. Like, for example, if I was in travel, I would probably have like a big like map on like a cork board, and I every day in my stories I would just like take a dart and go, what am I going to book next, and just throw it at the map and see where it is, and then just laugh about where it landed because it'll be somewhere totally random, probably in the middle of Mediterranean or whatever. But it will be like something where your followers will think it's funny and keep coming back just to see where the dart landed today. Like start thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
How to capture attention. There you go.
Hey, okay. I don't ordinarily do this, but I have to answer a question because this will really land with everybody here. So Tanya Williams says, can I have an example for makeup product? Tanya.
Or is it Tanya? Whichever.
It's oh,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Um,
Mm.
I cannot give you an example because I don't know your perfect person.
Right. Are you in
If
VIP? Ask us again.
right. If you're talking to 20-year-olds, my answer is going to be completely different than a 50-year-old woman. I have a lady that I watch on TikTok that I can't stop watching because she tells you exactly how to take 5 years off your eyes. A
Yeah.
20-year-old doesn't need that. So I can't give you an example for makeup, but makeup is love language. I think I love it. I don't sell makeup, but I love people that know their perfect avatar when it comes to makeup because they truly pull them in and make them feel so special. And these women that are watching are like putting on their makeup with them or they immediately go do it afterwards. That's the kind of clients you want. People that are serious about change that are going to do exactly what you tell them to do, but they're not going to do it unless you're talking to the right person.
And you have to think about, again, what problem it solves. Because, like Nicole's saying, depending on your perfect person, the problem they're dealing with is vastly different. A
Totally.
20-year-old is looking to make up to solve a different problem than a 50-year-old, right? And so, yeah, it's always about the person you're solving problems for 90% more than it's about the product. And the reason
Amen.
why we
Oh my
say this,
gosh. Did y'all write that down? Because it's not on a slide. That was so good. Stacy, say it one more time.
it's 90% always more about the person who you're solving a problem for than it is about the product. It's 90% person, 10% product. The reason why we say that is because when you have your audience dialed in super tight, which Nicole and I both do, and that's why we have, over 1.4 million, edging towards 1.5 million collective followers across social media, because we know how to recreate it over and over and over again, because we know exactly how to speak to them. It doesn't matter what we sell in the back end. This is the most important lesson for everyone to learn. You do not need to talk about your specific product, service, or opportunity to sell the holy heck out of your product, service, and opportunity. You need to talk about the problem you solve, and you need to talk about the solutions. Whatever it is, you could talk about underwater basket weaving. Okay, you could talk about small engine repair, and you could sell skin cream. This is what you need to wrap your head around, because it's not about the product all the time. It's about, how do I get the perfect audience for me to hang on my every word, because they know that I can help them. And so we have this genuine connection that's real and authentic and awesome, and we love each other's company. And here's the incredible benefit to that, besides all the obvious. You build a team that you actually like. Anybody ever build a team and they're like, oh my gosh, they're all whiners, nobody does anything. How did I attract these people? I do not understand. You know why? Because you're always calling out what they're doing wrong in your posts, instead of speaking the language that will draw the right people that you like in. So if you focus more on the person and less on what you're selling, you will sell way more. That's true for everyone. And we're a perfect example of that. Like, I don't even know at last count how many bottles of all the things we have sold of different things that have nothing to do with our. Anyway, carrying on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you know what, Stacey, that's so important. We got to sit here for 1 second, because this may make people maybe going, right? Thinking, I can't sell something outside of my network marketing company. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You
It's not
should.
a conflict, right? Yeah.
It is not, that's not a conflict. If you sell one specific thing and you want to go somewhere else and sell one, that's not what we're saying. I'm not saying have multiple network marketing companies. No, one network marketing company. But you can be an affiliate with things that make sense, that go along with it, that your company may not sell, that your perfect person needs. Don't stop yourself from doing that. You want different multiple income streams, and when it makes sense, it falls in place. So it's not a distraction from your network marketing company, but it just couples with it. So your perfect person is taken care of at every corner, and that's what you want. Okay, number 6, Stacy. Is that me or you?
Oh, sorry. I was distracted. I was just checking out your lovely blouse. I'm just being honest. I got caught. Sorry about that. Anyway, I was like, what is Nicole wearing? Is that a blazer? Is that a
It is
blouse?
a blazer. Look at these sleeves,
Okay.
man.
Oh, look at that. You've
So
got
cool.
that's got a little Miami Vice vibe going
It
on.
is,
Do you have
yeah, and it
shoulder
has
pads in
and
that?
it's like, look at that. It's
Oh,
gathered. It is the coolest jacket. I
oh
love this
man.
jacket so much. It's
Got
amazing.
an 80s vibe I'm loving
It
very
totally has an 80s vibe.
much.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, little sidebar. All right. So 6, mention the one thing you wish was different. We talked about this. Here's an example. This flavor's not my favorite, too sweet for me, but I love the other flavors. So I use this particular one all the time, because there's a product that my company makes that I love. I think it's one of my favorite products ever, ever, ever in the world. But there's one flavor. Their vanilla, to me, tastes like kaopectate. Like, when you were a kid and you had diarrhea and your parents would give you that chalky white stuff from the bottle, that's what it tastes like to me. And lots of people love it, but because it has that memory for me, I cannot stand it. So I tell them, I'm like, don't get vanilla unless you want it to taste like diarrhea medication. And they laugh, but you know what it does? It makes them trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And if they trust you, if they know that you're going to tell them the truth, then they trust you when you say, this is good, you should grab it. Right? Another thing that Nicole and I do all the time, another ninja tip, is we share things we don't make money on too. So if we happen to find something that was like, oh my gosh, I love these pants. These are amazing, my workout clothes or my readers or whatever. I will share them.
Mhm.
And it's not necessarily anything that I make money on, but I want my audience to always have the very best of what I discover that's going to solve a problem that they have. And so they will trust you way more if you're not always just trying to make money from them, right? Like we don't want to have that attitude of like, I just see them as a number because they'll sense that. You got to be there to help them out.
Okay. Number 7, call to action. This is where we were earlier, and we were talking about this. This is where you may be leaving money on the table, and we see people do this all the time because they're not quite sure. Stacy, can you check that message from Desi, please, or from Ben? If you'd like more details about this XYZ that's helped me get my mojo back, drop energy in the comments and I'll fill you in. Okay, I'm going to break this down. This is a perfect call to action. Why? There's a formula here. We see a lot of people do only a part of this call to action. And if you don't do the entire formula of the call to action, then people aren't going to drop the word, or at least you're not going to have as many people drop the word. Why? Because I said this earlier, you have to reward them by telling them what you're going to give them when they drop the word. If you just say, give me an amen if you agree, then they'll give you an amen, but what are you going to do with that? The reason they should be dropping the word is because they know you're going to give them something. You're going to tell them where they need to go. You're going to direct them to maybe a link. You're going to tell them to go to Instagram and send you a heart so you can get in a conversation with them. You're going to drop more information about maybe that free value that you have in your tap link. I don't know. But what I know is that they need to be rewarded for going through the entire video. And when they feel like you spoke to them and you pull them away from their pain point, and you gave them a solution, and they want more because they're saying, that's me, instead of who cares, then they're going to drop the word because they realize you're going to take care of them now. You have to complete the formula of the call to action. Another thing that we see all the time, which cracks me up because I'm like, wow, I can't believe people haven't actually seen this yet or started to wrap their mind around why this isn't working for them. They tell them to drop too many words or a word that someone can't spell. You never want to give a word that's hard to spell, even though you think it's easy to spell. Not everybody is going to drop the word if they have to think for more than 2 seconds how to spell it, or if it's an entire sentence. Drop, I want to sleep better in the comments and get that information to you. They're going to be like, I want, bye. They're going to be gone. Everybody has ADHD when it comes to being trigger happy on videos. It's just like they're what? Because most of the time, 90% of the time, people are so distracted. They're not sitting on social media because they've pulled up their coffee and they're sitting at the table going, it's time for social media. I'm doing that. They're focused on 20 different things. They're either at work, not supposed to be on social media. They're driving their car, not supposed to be on social media. They're changing a poopy diaper. Probably shouldn't be on social media at that moment. But what happens is they are distracted. So do not give them something where they have to jump through hoops. Okay? Keep the word simple and keep it thematic. And if any of you are using ManyChat, which you should be if you're getting leads on Instagram, because you're leaving money, way too much money on the table if you're not using ManyChat, then you're going to have a word built in all the time. Don't feel like you have to build 50 automations. I know this may be speaking over people's head, but if you do use ManyChat, don't be getting clever. Use the same word over and over.
And if you don't use ManyChat, don't panic. You can just go like look it up after and you'll get
You
all.
don't need ManyChat until you start getting a lot of engagement, so don't worry about it. But when you
After
do,
your first power post, you'll
that's
need
what I was about to
ManyChat.
say. When you do your first power post and you need it, then you can look into it. But it's not for Facebook. It's only for Instagram right now anyway. So I'm just telling you that because you don't need to be super clever. Clever is not good when it comes to marketing. Clear is good. That's what we want. You can be clever all day long in your copy and what you're writing in the body of your story or what you're saying in the body of your story. But when it comes to directives have to be clear and simple. I hope that makes sense.
For sure. And messaging too. Like when you tell people who you are and what you do, oh, for the love of all, do not get clever. Because people are just like, what do you, I don't get it.
Yeah, sure. That's a really valid point, Stacy.
So funny, isn't it? Now it's your turn. And up on day one is the beautiful Nicole Domuret in her gorgeous golden yellow top. It's like a morning sunshine, just like you here.
Oh,
And so what Nicole has done is she's actually recorded. Do people say recorded? Yeah,
I
recorded.
don't know.
Yeah.
Videotaped?
Videotaped. You
No,
videotape beta or VHS. Um, Bell and Howell. Anyway. Oh, we're so old. Okay, Nicole is actually has taken the demo post and broken it down clip by clip. So you notice how through this training we took you step 1, step 2, step 3. So each clip corresponds to one step. So when you go through it, you're going to get a worksheet in the Facebook group. It's probably already in there. And it's going to show you each how it correlates, the clip to the step. So check out the step, get that gelled into your brain, then watch the clip so you can see it in action. And then what she does is she strings together all the clips into what a final reel would look like. Now, the reason why we do them as reels is because right now, short video is the most powerful way to quickly get leads and engagement and sales and signups above all else. It just is. Does it work in posts? Yeah, it does. Does it work in stories? Yes. Does it work in live broadcasts? Absolutely. Lives are really, really powerful. But the short video is the fastest way because it's short. Anyone can create it in no time flat, put it up, pin it, and watch what happens. Okay. So we always have something pinned to the top of our Facebook. We always have something pinned to the top of our TikTok. We always have something pinned to the top of our Instagram. And you can change them out whenever it makes sense. Sometimes you might want to change it out often if you're making stuff that you're really excited about, but sometimes you'll get one that is just getting so many leads. I've had pinned posts that stayed up there for like 2 months because I did a live or something and it just was generating leads every single day. So I just left it there for a while, right? So you will get the cadence of what works when you start to do. The questions that pop into your head because you're not taking action yet. But as soon as you do, it's all going to start making sense. So check the resources in the guides tab in the Facebook group for your worksheets. They look something like this. There's also a template there for you. And Nicole, we have a contest. We got a contest because we like giving out money.
I'm so excited about this. Okay, want to win some cold hard cash? I do. I do. Okay, so you guys are gonna have fun with this. And remember, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna probably say this all 3 days, 20 times, okay? Whatever you do, not in the contest today, but you can take whatever you create in a post or in a reel and create the same thing in the other, right? So remember that. Whatever you create in a post can be turned into a video. Whatever you create as a reel can be turned into a post. You should be doing that. You should be using the idea everywhere. But today, for this contest, this is either a TikTok or a reel. So make a TikTok or reel following the demo power post training. Post it on your social media profile of choice and make it public. It has to be public. Grab the link to the finished video. Now, if you don't know how to grab the URL link to your published video, Stacy made a video that's in the guides in the Facebook group. Go check it out. She walks you step by step through how to grab the shareable link so you can share it in our contest post, which is going to be available to you today. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Drop the link in the comments of the contest post in the Facebook group. And we will watch all entries and we're going to pick 3 winners. And the winners are going to be announced during the workshop on Thursday. Now, guys, we are giving away cash, and you're going to learn all about that in the post. So just be looking for that later this afternoon. And we're very excited about this. This is going to open your eyes to really how simple and sustainable creating reels and TikToks can be. And again, if you guys are in our VIP, you're getting our prompt chat GPT breakdown on how that can make you so much better at this, like ninja smart. And you know what, Stacy, I'm going to throw into that VIP
What?
the teleprompter transcriber for TikTok.
Oh, nice. I love that. That's pretty cool too. Nobody
Yeah,
knows about this. Like we're always
nobody knows
finding
about
out
it.
about things before
I
everyone
to
else.
you. I will give it to you all. I'll give you the link in the VIP today because that's a different Zoom and we all will see each other's face. But I will drop that link in there today so you guys can go save that. And what that does is it allows you to take any viral TikTok. Now, this is TikTok. And it doesn't have to be yours, it could be anyone's, okay? Take that TikTok that's done well, and it's maybe something in your niche that you want to talk about. You drop it inside of this generator, and it will spit out and transcribe the entire thing. Now, what do you do with that? You don't go recreate it because that's not your content. That's not what you
Don't
do with that.
copy. No, don't do
Do
that.
not copy. What you're going to do with that is take it into ChatGPT after you've trained your ChatGPT with our ChatGPT prompt that now knows you, and you're going to say, make this sound more like me. Drop it in there, and it is and a ninja tip, make this into a 1-minute reel.
And about what I sell or about what the problem I solve,
And
right?
about the problem I
Yeah.
solve.
It
And then it
doesn't
will
even have to
and it
be the
will
same. Like we've done this
yeah,
with reels that weren't even about the same topic, but we just
right.
liked the cadence of how they were doing things. And so
Exactly.
when you train your chat GPT, you can.
And when you tell them how long you want it, then it will break the language that they give you down into the moments. Like, go to the camera and say this right now. Now say this right now. So you literally could actually say it, look at it, say it, look at it, and it's all your language. And ChatGPT has done this for you. How many people think that's cool? I gotta know. Tell me you think that's cool. Just say cool. Because I think this is a really cool thing for all of you. We want to help you scale your time. We want to make it fun, but we want to make ninja warriors out of you when it comes to content so you can help your people properly.
Yeah. Screenshot this if you want to get the details on the contest too, because I'm going to stop the share just so we can see eyeballs for a minute. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ba-ba-da.
Susan, if you're not in the Facebook group, did you request to join the Facebook group? Because when you signed up, when you signed up for Engagement Tsunami, you should have gotten an email. And in that email, it should have had a link for the Facebook group. So let us know. And if some of you are like, hey, I'm not in the Facebook group, then make sure that you go to your spam folder in your email and type in the title, Stacy and Nicole. You may have missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
You did get an email.
95% of the time it's there somewhere. You just have to search for it. Sometimes it ends up in the wrong folder. What else? I think
Rebecca, oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stace.
I think Nicole, we're going to have to think up some kind of bonus to put in the group as well, just as a sorry that the tech isn't working. We're going to do our best. I mean, for streaming, I mean, the tech's working for this.
Yeah, it was a webinar issue. And so
Webinar
tomorrow
issue, yeah.
will be different. It's been fixed. It's been fixed, but sorry. We will
But
be putting
we'll make it up to you somehow. We'll find a way to just like put some more icing on your cake, okay? We promise.
awesome. Awesome. Rebecca, how many pins are allowed at one time? It depends on the social media platform. On Facebook, just one. On Instagram, 3. On TikTok, 3. So it's just different everywhere. Where do you record the videos for Reels on IG or on camera to edit later? I record them on my camera roll. Stacy records them on Instagram.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes I record on my camera roll, but often I record on Instagram because you know why? Because I'm super long-winded and Instagram keeps me tighter, tighter,
Yeah,
tighter.
it
Uh,
does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to do TikTok, but now TikTok doesn't allow you to download videos before you publish them without watermarks. So
it
it,
does. It does. I'll teach you a workaround for that. It's a little annoying, but it works.
wait, I mean, do you have to like screen record it?
No,
What?
no. So when you're done your TikTok,
Okay,
okay,
tell
guys,
all
hold
of
on.
us. Tell all
First
of
of all, I
us.
want to say for Heidi, first of all, Heidi, if you don't have access to Facebook, our assistant Sarah uploads all of our trainings into our course portal. So you will have access to the replays through our course portal if you can't get into a Facebook group. That's perfectly okay. If you're not sure, just send us a support ticket. Just go to support at stacyandnicole.com and let them know I don't have Facebook. How can I see the replays in the course portal? And she will help you out. Okay. She's amazing.
Shani, you can watch my 5 clips inside of the PDF that's going to be loaded in the guides within the hour. It will be there. Hopefully it's there maybe right after this.
It's there already, I think, but
Oh,
we'll
is
make
it there? We'll
so
make
your
sure.
TikTok, when you're done your TikTok and you've created your description and your hashtags and your cover photo and everything, you go back to the edit screen, scroll down to the bottom, you have to click more, save, and it will say save with watermark or post to save without the watermark. So when you're ready to post it, you choose that option and it will save to your camera roll without the watermark and then post it onto TikTok. But the problem is it then deletes your description. So
Ah,
you have to be aware of that because I always copy my description into my desktop notepad and then once it's posted, I go back and edit because you can edit your TikToks now once they're posted. You can edit them now, which is really cool. You have 7 days. So you click edit and then put it back in there and click save, and then it will be fine. And I
okay.
find that when you do this, it actually indexes it faster. So you know when you
Oh,
have a TikTok, you guys
yeah,
are bonus training, then we're gonna go. When you do a TikTok at the very top in the search bar, if it has a word or a couple words in there, that means that you have actually ranked for a keyword,
right.
right? And so for some whatever reason, I index really fast when I do that. So anyway, there you go. But yes,
Okay.
you can use SnapTick to save without a watermark for sure. Yeah.
Oh, no, no, you don't need a teleprompter when you go live, Jennifer. We're going to teach you that you should never have a teleprompter when you go live because then it's not authentic and it feels salesy. And you'll feel really frustrated trying to read the words and talk to your audience at the same time. Don't do it. Plus, when you're on the spot and it's just you talking to someone, it's so much more genuine and they feel it. I'm telling you, they sense it. So you do not want a teleprompter. We just need to get you making content so you don't feel like you need one.
Yeah, keep in the ums and ahs and just be you. That's what they want. All right, we gotta
Yeah,
go. We gotta get ready for our VIPs.
yeah.
If
Okay,
you
sorry.
is Sarah on here? Are you able to like, oh, there's no place to type in the comments, right?
What is it that you want to do?
Oh, well, I was just gonna put the link to upgrade to VIP because we have a special backdoor link that even if you haven't opted for VIP, you can access it through this special backdoor link. So I was gonna get it to share it, her to share it here.
I had Bernadette create a post with the backdoor link.
Oh, okay.
Go look for the
Oh,
big gold and black VIP post inside of the Engagement Tsunami group, and that backdoor link is there. You guys can get started. We're getting started in 5 minutes, so we got to go
1:30.
tinkle.
1:30.
It's at 1:30, not 1:15.
I think it's 1:30, isn't it, Sarah?
Is it 1:30, not 1:15?
I think it's 1:30. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, all right. That's awesome.
Laughing. I believe it's 1:30. If I'm wrong, we will be there at 1:15. It is 1:30. Thank you, Nathan. Somebody's paying attention to what's going on in our business because we're not. We would have we would have been sitting there by ourselves for 15 minutes going, where
Oh
is
my
everybody?
gosh.
Let's fix
Okay.
our hair. Let's put on some lip gloss.
Okay, so we'll see. Where do we still
Oh,
stay here? No, you don't stay here, Jennifer, for VIP. It's a totally different Zoom, and it's going to be a normal Zoom where we can all see each other too, which we prefer. I don't like not being able to see you. You use SnapTick and TikTok with no watermark. You know what? Yeah, Shani. I do too, but unfortunately, they don't allow you to. I mean, you have to publish it first. So, I mean, and that's what I do. I publish it and then I take it out, and if I want
yeah,
to
the
reuse
way
it.
I do it just bypasses that step,
I
but it's
still don't know if I know what
doing.
you're saying, but I'm gonna go work on it right now. That's
I'll
what me and
show
Stacy are gonna
you.
do at 1:30.
It only saves
Okay.
you about 3 minutes, but in our lives, the amount of work we do, 3 minutes every time you do a video, that's a lot to me.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of time because you don't want to spend all of your time editing videos. It's not what you do for a living. Remember what you do,
Yep.
right? You help people. You're not a video editor. You don't get paid for that. Stacy, where are the slides from today? They're gonna be in the, they're gonna be in the Facebook group or in the members portal?
Both, probably. Guide
Both,
one,
I would think
the guides tab in the Facebook group and in
yeah,
your,
you guys have a members portal too, so if from the email, you should be able to log into that and you'll have that indefinitely. It will always be yours, you own it. Okay, we're gonna see you here in 20 minutes. You
okay.
guys have an amazing day.
We'll see you for day 2. Go create. We're excited and play the
I can't
contest.
wait
Don't
to
have
get
a
this
I don't bother attitude about the contest. Play the contest. Okay.
play it. I love it. Please, please, please. It's gonna be empowering, we promise you.
Exactly. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.